Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Now, my fellow companion, to be the man of Allah, there are certain things that we have to undergo to become Allah's man. If we look at the Islamic history, we can see Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. He went through the process of sacrificing his own son Ibrahim because he dreamt it was a direction from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he steadfast on it. He did not waver. He go ahead with it until the last minute. The angel changed his son, Prophet Ismail alayhi salam, to an animal. But that is the solid faith of Haqqul Yaqin, solid faith for Allah. You have to hold it very strongly, steadfast, stand with Allah. And when you overcome that, then your nearness to Allah will become real. Similarly, we see in the case of Prophet Ayub alayhi salam, he had to encounter a lot of disasters, calamity, but he stayed fast to Allah, still hold strongly, still believe in Allah, and never once say something that he would not accept the disasters or calamities that he is facing. 100%. And when it's over, then his faith in Allah is greater. So Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Our Rasulullah also had to go to war, even in a small number, fighting a bigger number in the Badr war. But he was steadfast. Hang on to Allah, no matter what, life or death. Hang on to Allah. And when he surpassed that test, he became closer to Allah. Many you can see the Prophet who had undergone a lot of suffering, but steadfast to Allah, no grumbling, nothing. For our case, the first chance we had was the impact when we got the Ma'rifatullah. If the impact was so great that it changed you to a new person, a new identity, a new entity, a new person 100%, then you are near to Allah. The second was accepting predestination. that is the best for you, written by the Almighty, All-Wise, All-Powerful. Nothing can beat him. And what had been written is the best for you. Even when you fall to poverty, you still believe it's the best for you, planned by the Almighty. Even you lost your limbs, your eyesight, your hearing, whatever, you still hold on strongly that is the best for you. Even you lost the loved one, your property, whatever, you believe that is the best for you, written down by the Almighty in the law of it. You stand by it. You don't grumble. You don't, depress and whatnot. You just stand firm. You say, that is the best for me. Because Allah had said, you may dislike something when that thing has a lot of benefit for you. And Allah had also said, especially to the Iblis, I know what you know not, when he appointed us as the Khalifah. So Iblis could not accept that. Out he goes from a secured place in paradise, in garden of paradise garden in heaven, thrown out. Okay. So first is the impact of Ma'rifatullah. You miss that. Second, when you are tested that it hit you terribly. Either your property, either your your dear one, either your health and whatever, but you believe strongly that is the best for you. You don't grumble, you don't say something that be described as despising your situation. You don't. Hold on to it. Believe that is the best for you. Nothing happens if it's not written in the law mahfuz. Okay? And what is written in the law mahfuz, you must 100% hakul yakin, the best for you. Even though it's hardship, even though poverty, even though ill health, whatever, that is the best, because written by the best, all-wise, Allah. Then you pass the hurdle to be Allah's man. So you see Prophet Ibrahim, our prophet, you see Prophet Yusuf, Ayub, Yaqub, a lot of them suffered, but they stand firm. And hakul yakin, whatever Allah had planned for them for the best. We have to instill in us that kind of yakin, hakul yakin. Then you have jumped the hurdle. You have spiritually been uplifted. You will find peaceful calmness once you have stepped over the hurdle. So the first one is the impact of Ma'rifatullah. The second one is accepting predestination as the best plan for you, because it is planned by the All-Wise, Almighty. And no matter what happens, you still believe unequivocally or without doubt that is the best. And when you lose a limb, eyesight, hearing, loved one, asset, health, whatever, we still believe that is the best for you. Because nothing happened if Allah had not planned it. And the law mahfuz is perfect, complete. Everything happened to us written in that. And the third one is to understand what I'm giving you now. By Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about the subtle self. About the subtle self is the prime mover, the powerhouse. About realizing that we are the essence of but manifestation, which are totally powerless. That movement, all movement of the manifestation are in reality the movement of the subtle part. So you see the war happening. You are not bothered because you realize that the subtle self is having amusement and play. So you are not bothered with the ill characters and the behavior of mankind, which are very nasty or evil. You are not bothered because you know it is the subtle part having amusement and play. Because manifestation don't exist. That is what Imam Ghazali has said. So you must leave that level, high level, that nothing affect you. No greed, no wealth, nothing. You must live on that. So if you are teaching this knowledge that every generation will look for, you're not bothered about the remuneration. What you want to do is to deliver the lecture to help others find the light to be with Allah. You are not bothered, even you are not recognized. Even though you had helped so many people, you are not bothered. You are not given a medal or honor or what, not bothered. You are not reluctant to share this knowledge to all. And you give everything that you know, you give to them. You are not reluctant. Because this is the da'wah that Allah wants us to do. You give. Because, look, you must live above that level, knowing that all these are in effect, and what you are doing, in fact or in reality, are the act of the subtle one, not you. You must live at that level. So there is no greed, no hatred. So you don't feel you are high level or low level. You must give wholeheartedly. You must live above that level. Okay? You don't hate because you understood that it is a subtle one having amusement and play. You are not greedy because you know you are also the part of the subtle self So you share. There's only one subtle self. You must live at that level. It's a third chance that you all is given to achieve to be God's man, Allah's man. Okay? So this lecture about Allah, number 5, the lecture number 5, is the groundwork. I'm laying it down today. The next, about Allah 6, I will show you, inshallah, the hurdle. Just now was just an introduction. How these people have overcome the hurdle and become God's man. I give you an example or two. One day, you're going home and you have to walk in a dark path to your house. And then appear what you call this Satan or jinn or whatever before you. Frightening and whatnot. Now that is a test for you. If your mind hold on to zikrullah, remember Allah in your mind, and that you say to yourself, I rather die than to run away. I'll be ashamed to see Allah if I run away before this monster. I will fight, but I don't want to be ashamed to meet Allah, who I love. And yet, when come to meet this, I ran away. No, you can't. You have to stand fast and fight, even to die. That is the best, say the best for me. So that at the end, I'll meet Allah and say, I did not falter in my faith. I stand by and fight them, notwithstanding that I may lose my life, but I will not let you down, because I trust you are my Lord, you are almighty, and I put my faith in you, and I will never retreat from that. There is one example. You won't run away. That's so be it. That's what happened in the Badr War. 300 Muslims against 1,000 Kafirs. They never fought. Many died. Ever. This is the best Ummah was during Rasulullah's time. Many situations. Like you see Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. A beautiful woman, nobility, rich, well dressed, and so on. But Prophet Yusuf, he overcome that, and he's become God's man. There are many situations that you cannot back out because you had Ma'rifatullah. You have know Allah. You have to stand fast there. No matter what. You don't look back. You trust in Allah and you are steadfast of that. So, I had come across a few of these hurdles. when the Jama'ah went with me for Umrah, I informed them that every day we fast. We do Umrah at night. Daytime we fast and we iktikaf in the mosque, Masjidil Haram, read the Quran, and iktikaf in the mosque. But we fast. Then one of our friends approached me and said, Ustadz, after everything over, we went back to our country. He said, I miss one fast during our time at Masjidil Haram because I was sick. He said, what is your opinion? He asked me many times. I refused to answer. Finally, he persisted, so I answered, if I'm you, I rather die fasting than break my fast. But he was shocked. He was sick at the Masjidil Haram. I told him, I rather die fasting than break my fast. I was shocked. But that's it. I remember I was a heavy smoker, chain smoker. And one of the students who I shared the room is a priest, from Sarawak. And he asked me, what is the benefit of fasting? I told him the benefit of fasting, it helped to make our spiritual strength greater, much greater. He said, bullshit, man. If you say your fasting make your spiritual strength greater, why can't you stop smoking? You pollute the room, our room, because you chain smoker. Why can't you stop? And then I felt at that moment, if I don't accept this, I cannot face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah say you only talk only that fasting bring great strength to your spiritual. But when was challenged by this man, you did not accept. And I stopped. And that I think was in 1979. I stopped until today. And we met again in London, I think in 1980. He said, you really stopped? I said, yes. I stopped. Because I don't want to face Allah. And Allah say, hey, you say something and you do other thing. This is what you all have to be. Stand fast. Stay fast to Allah. Hold on. No matter what comes, hold on to Allah. He's the best planner, best provider, best savior. Don't run away. Even if death happens, that is the best for you. Allah will not burden you with something that you cannot bear. So the first chance was the impact of Ma'rifatullah. If that don't happen, the second chance was to accept predestination as the best and never falter. Whatever come, what come may, you face it in the great belief that is the best for you, written by Allah in the Law Mahfuz. No wavering of faith. The third one is what I'm giving you now. You must live above that level. That is to accept that manifestation, powerless, useless, don't exist, it's just manifestation. The one that having a play is a subtle self. And therefore there should not be any greed among you and others. It's a subtle self. There should not be any hatred. There should not be any ill feeling. Should not be, you are above that. Above. That was sometimes Syekh Abdul Qadir called Abdal, the change. Abdal. This is the third equation. I'm going to show you, inshallah, next lesson about this hurdle. And that is Allah had say in the Quran, commandment, don't you say that you have strong faith before you are tested. No. By testing us, Allah knows either we with Him or we are just mere weakling. Okay? So today I'm going to lay down, inshallah, the groundwork for you to understand fully before next week we go into the area of the test. Okay? So today is about Allah 5. So you can see we are already getting used to this idea. There are 3 layers. Now we don't use that sifat, hakikat, marifat is over. So we are talking about the subtle self. Okay, the last part, the third part. Right? So you see the 3 low mahfuz, the essence, these are manifestation. And the one behind is the prime mover, the subtle one. Now, you see the essence, I colored it yellow because it's the light. Right? Nur fi samawati wal ard. In the Suratul Nur, it is the oil. Right? And low mahfuz, green, more of the movement of creation, interaction of creation, the low mahfuz. But once you understood this, we're not talking the background, the black part, that one later on. Only the white, the yellow, and green. Okay? Now, once you understand these 3 tiers, the first 2 tiers is just mirage, just illusion, manifestation, totally powerless, totally will not have any real existence. The one that's real is the third part, the subtle part. So you see here, the second diagram, you see the low mahfuz, the essence, and the subtle self. Now we look at the low mahfuz. Okay? This is what happened in the low mahfuz. Okay? We see movement. Okay? We see about these 2 guys and a dog. The 2 guys waiting to get to hike a trip, a car to go somewhere, hiking. But nobody stopped. And the dog helped. It caused the lorry to stop and the car fell. And the car moved, fell from the lorry, moved until it reached these 2 guys. And they thought, wow, now they can hike the car, want to stop it. And of course, the car stopped because nobody, their engine also not on it. The momentum of the falling down from the lorry made it move. And they saw the key all in there. And they were, they were really, really grateful to Allah. Okay? Now that is what happened. We see the low mahfuz showing this. But if you look at this concept, you look at this projector. You see, the powerhouse, that is what we say just now, the subtle self. The light, that is what we call the essence just now. And the still picture, the film that we call the Loh Mahfuz. But when the light shone on the picture, still picture, because the powerhouse caused the light to lighten up and shown to the picture, suddenly you see the image of just now happened. See? But if you understood this, it is a powerhouse that caused this. It's a mere picture, manifestation. The light is so manifestation. The one that you see in the picture is a manifestation. The one that moves it is the powerhouse. Okay? I repeated this again because in the future, our lecture may not come back to this anymore, but have this in mind. Okay? So we see here, if you really have the knowledge of God, verily He will teach you a knowledge that you will never ever be ignorant. Yes. Once you know you don't exist, once you know you are manifestation, you have nothing to say, nothing to do. You understood that whatever the interaction, as you see on the low mahfuz, are the interaction of the subtle self. Okay? And once a person is selected by Allah to be the good one, Allah will grant him a deep understanding on religious knowledge. Okay? We're thankful to Allah giving us the opportunity to understand this deeper knowledge about Him in the subtle self. He discovered the energy in his being is annihilated. You are manifestation. You don't have energy. The energy is the energy of the third of the subtle self. We are just manifestation and illusion. We move because the energy of the subtle self that makes us move, not that we can move by ourselves. No way. So when the energy is taken back, we are powerless. Like people having stroke, people having amnesia, totally forgotten about his memory gone. Everything can be taken back because these are with the subtle self, not with the earth. You cannot find the energy in yourself and bring it back. Oh, when you die, the energy already left. Goes back to the subtle self. Your memory, your thought, everything. Okay. This is then followed by his own self being annihilated. Okay. He is then emptied of all human action, including his own. You don't exist. You're just manifestation. And whose action are these? These are amusement and play of the subtle self. And in that play, there is wickedness, there's evil, there's goodness, there's virtue, there's holiness. A lot of characters in the play. Played by who? The subtle self. We are just manifestation. All right? He discovered that he's just an empty vessel. This is what Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jalani, but I would say he discovered that he's just an illusion. I am more inclined to Stephen Hawking. It's just an illusion. Okay. Other than Allah, they are all creations, and all their actions are in His control, of course. And with His approval as well as with His determination, of course. Our action are not our action. Oh, Muhammad is not you who slay, but me. That's very clear. I'm the manifest, I'm the hidden. Very clear. It's not our action. Okay. As I say, this is the groundwork for you to understand well before we go to the sixth part. Inshallah. All things created belong to the Creator. Nothing belongs to us. In such wise that nothing can lay claim to anything. You can claim anything. Thus soul, sense, flesh, time, goods, and honor, all are God's possession. All these are with the subtle self. Okay? So it's a subtle self that give the honor to the manifestation they can take back. So that if a man receive them not as God will, he become a robber. So you claim that belong to you, your hard work and all that. Bullshit. It don't exist. How can you acquire this? Huh? These are the subtle self giving you. They can take back inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. From him and to him, it goes back. And in like manner, if he spend them contrary to that which God will, he is likewise a robber. So Rasulullah mentioned, you must live accordingly. We have this knowledge, but we live accordingly. No? Not to fold our arm and say, well, I surrender to faith, let faith took over. No. You must live accordingly. Accordingly means you don't do things that you shouldn't. If you did things that you shouldn't, then very well, Jesus say you become robber, right? But of course, if the man have not come to this level, he will become a robber. But once you come to this level, you know the good and the bad from him too, from him too. So you relax. One time, one of our companions asked me, Ustadz, what can I do? This woman is chasing me high and low. What shall I do? I said, go back to Allah and report to him and ask him for a way out, because all these are subtle self. If the subtle self did not make the woman chase you, she won't. So go back to Allah, ask for assistance. Inshallah, there will be help. What you call NST. As I say, I'm putting the groundwork, understand it deeply, so when we go to the sixth lecture, it will be easier. And Jesus answered, now again, before I start, someone was saying, why must you quote the Bible in your lecture? Again, I repeat, we are the Sufis of the prophets, plural, Tasawuf Nabi. We are the Sufi, the way of the Sufi of the prophets, plural. So any prophet, they are saying applicable to us because in our line, be it Adam or be it Moses, be it Jesus. I don't understand why they want to object. We also quote Adam when he was answering the question of Moses. Why you add the fruit, the forbidden fruit? Because of that, we all been kicked out of heaven. And Adam said, hey, already written down 40 years before I'm created. And then you use Adam. Right? We use also Joseph, Yusuf, with his episode with Zulaika, many more. But these are applicable to us because we are Sufism, the way of the prophets, plural. Okay? So I'm all right. And also Gospel Barnabas, had been found, the authentic one in Istanbul. and confirm that this is the true gospel from Jesus, written down by his companion Barnabas. I've given some of you the video on that. Jesus answered, Philip, God is good, without which there is not good. Yes. What you see in the law Mahfuz, the goodness or whomsoever, that goodness is come from the subtle self, not from it. It's just an illusion. The subtle self, the goodness come from. So without the subtle self, there can be no good. Good doesn't exist. Again, God is a being without which there is not. Of course, without the subtle self, the manifestation will not exist. That's why he said, I'm the manifest, I'm the hidden. Without him, subtle self. So great that he feels all and is everywhere because it's so subtle. Fitness, that it encompasses the space and time. Minute, it covers all. So he feels all and is everywhere. He alone had no equal. How to have equal? Only him alone, the subtle self alone. Nothing else exists. Only the elephant and its tail. Okay, only the tail and the elephant. Nothing more. So how to have equal? And we are lucky that he created us from his subtle self. So there is comparison between the tail of the elephant and the body of the elephant. It helps us to understand how great Allah is, the Akbar from the Latif. Without the Latif, the subtle, we will not know how big the Akbar. By knowing the Latif that encompasses all this universe and everything else, we realize this big thing is just minute to the greater self. We know how big he is, how vast, how tall, and how wide, that we cannot encompass his size in our mind. And Professor Ramadan said, if you can encompass Allah's size in your mind, you are better than him. I agree. You cannot. You can't encompass his size in your mind, too large. So he had no equal. He had no beginning, of course. He's alone. No beginning, no world he ever have an end. Yes. It's like you see the ocean. No beginning as compared to the iceberg. Ocean has no beginning. But the iceberg has beginning. And the ocean has no end. The iceberg has an end. Similarly, Allah is infinite, absolute, Esa, absolute, infinite. There's no end to him. But we have an end. That's why Jesus said, but to everything had he given a beginning, and to everything shall he give an end. Of course, he's alone. If he has a father, mother, or that, he's not alone. Right? That's why he had no father, no mother, no son, no brother, no companion. Doesn't have. He's alone. You cannot compare him with anything. You can't, because he's alone. At the beginning, he was alone. Nothing was with him. That's it. And because God had no body, he's not like us. No body. Therefore, he eat not. Eat not. That's what Jesus said. But we don't know for sure whether he has a body or no body, we don't know. We have no knowledge. But Jesus said, he has no body. He make that statement. But for me, we don't know whether it's body or no body. Therefore, he eat not. Of course, he doesn't eat. If he's eating, we have big problem. the food may fall on us and we died. Allah must be eating big, and like a comet falling on us. If the food if he ate, he doesn't. Right? Sleep not. Of course, he cannot sleep. Otherwise, all the world will stand still because he's sleeping, cannot move. you know, right? Die not. Of course, Allah cannot die. Allah died, we all gone. Right? Okay. Walk not. Of course, can't walk. Because if we walk to the east and we walk to the west, what problem? He doesn't. That's why outside the low mahfuz, there is no movement. So the movement is inside the low mahfuz. That's where the Surah An-Nur say there is like a lantern inside, a flame inside. That is a flickering flame there inside. That is in the low mahfuz. And it's covered by glass. And that is the veil of light. Right? So the movement will be in the low mahfuz because that is the area of the subtle self. Allah says it's a niche, like a hole, but no outlet, just a niche, like a glass crystal like that. And inside there's movement. Outside, there's no movement. The low mahfuz is created as such, and we are inside there. And inside there, we are given movement inside. But no matter what, you remember, it's like a fish. We are like a fish swimming inside the ocean, and the ocean is predestination. I remember that. But abide eternally without human similitude. He doesn't look like us. You see, that's why in the Bible, you say that God face is like us, human face. Well, that applicable to Jesus because they say Jesus is God. But God's face is not like ours. No similitude with human. No way. Okay? That's why Jesus is called the man God. Okay? For that he's incorporeal. I mean, you cannot understand. It's just that you cannot lump it or something. It's just impossible. We don't know anything, no data. Uncompounded, you cannot compound it, make it into one. You don't know what God is made of. Immaterial, immaterial. Of the most simple substance. That's what Jesus said, but we don't know. What simple substance? We don't know. We have no knowledge. Okay? He's so good that he loves goodness. Yes. But to whom? To himself. Amusement and play. Right? That's why there's goodness, the evil, and so on. And Jesus said, if nobody commit sin, God will create a group that will commit sin so that they will know that God is forgiving. So we have all kind of characters in the amusement and play. He is so just that when he punish or pardon it, cannot be gainsaid. That is important. Right? When we are at this level, remember, you are above this level. That means you are above the first and the second level. You are above it. You understood the situation. That is the subtle self at play. Once you are at this level, then you realize it's the subtle self alone. He's acting in various characters, various forms. He's the only one acting in various forms, various characters, all kinds. Right. So that's why we say, and Pope Francis also said, there is no hell. I want to put people in hell. So you understood this. You are this level. You understood that it cannot be that he will put people in hell. In the Quran, he only threatened. That's how I threaten them. That's how I make them frightened. That's why I give them warning. But to date, nobody has been put in hell. Hell also not yet being created, not yet. Okay. But if you understood this concept, you are above that level. You can take it, yes. Because there only one actor, one producer, one script writer, everything one. As Sheikh Abdul Qadir said, he's the goalkeeper, he's the striker, and so on. The only referee, linesman, everything. So how to put in hell? And that is why we said that at the end of the day, we stop acting. Stop. Like a director said, cut, finish. Even you have a lot of work to do, you still leave behind. Because he say, stop, stop. It's his amusement and play, it is his subtle self that acting. So one stop, that's it. And your former self, the one that come down from the spiritual realm, that enter the infant body, that soul will come out and then enter into alam barzakh world, totally devoid of anything to do with the world, including memory, including your voice and all things. So that's why we can still find the voices of Piramli, Saloma, Rory Marantika, Elvis Presley, and so on. The voice left behind. And their memory also we can still find in this world because left behind. So people make a video, the memo of Elvis Presley, the memo of Rory Marantika. So you see his life story, memory of left behind. So once you reach this level, you can understand very well that nothing is important or prime to you. You don't exist. Nothing belongs to you, even though your children, grandchildren, spouses, wealth, all this will be left behind. Okay. And the one that have amusement and play is the subtle self, not us. Okay. We are just an illusion. I use the word of Professor Stephen Hawking. Illusion. One of them came to Jesus saying, good master. He used the word, good master. You teach well and truly. Tell me therefore what reward shall God give us in paradise. Jesus said, you call me good? He understood this. How can you be good when you don't exist? Okay? You call me good and do not know that God alone is good. These are all the subtle self amusement and play, good or bad, is him. Okay, the subtle self. Even as Job, Ayub, the friend of God, said, a child of a day old is not clean. Yes, even the angels are not faultless in God's presence. Moreover, he said, the flesh attracts sin and suck up iniquity, even as a spawn suck up the water. We cannot say we are good. We don't exist. That's why Jesus said, don't call me good. Right? Only God is good. Only the subtle self is good, not us. That's why I reminded my good friend Pak Deka, once popular, remember Allah first popular. We are not popular, never mind. They come to your seminar, and what they find God, not us. That is important. They come out from the convention and say, what you got from there? I know God. That is important. 124,000 prophets were sent for people to know God. With their demise, it's up to us. We bring the knowledge to the people. Rasulullah said to the companion, when you meet this group of Jews, ask them to believe in Allah. And once they know Allah, that means once they are marifat, then tell them prayers 5 times a day is obligatory. So no one is good because we are all illusion, manifestation. Okay? The one good is Allah, and that's why one who knows himself and knows his God will surely know that he does not exist. He is an illusion. And look, this Imam Ghazali, he written it this thing about 1,000 years ago, Hijriah, calendar Hijriah. He wrote this about 1,000 years ago before I come. And nobody picked this up. But because we are in line with him, the Sufism of the prophets, way of the prophets. So we pick up his point and bring it to the public. So Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jalani also said, in reality, there is no doer or mover or non-mover except Allah. There is no good or bad, no loss, no good, no bad, no loss or profit, because there is one player, the subtle self. So you cannot compare. No good, no bad, no profit, no dividend, no loss, no reward, no obstruction, no opening or closing, life or death. The subtle self will not die because it's eternal. Honors and disgrace, rich or poor, in fact, all are in Allah's control, yes. They all with the subtle self. Hence, he annihilated himself and he became absolutely the object of divine's will. That's why you surrender. And you say, what will be Kusera Sera. What God wants you to be, so be it, because the subtle self will act accordingly. Okay. In short, he becomes virtually an instrument for Allah. You realize you're just an illusion. You are just an amusement and play of the subtle self. Okay, so you're the instrument for Allah, the most exalted. You will no longer entertain any desire. That's why you say there no jealousy, no hatred, no evil, no greed, nothing. So you realize you are just an illusion. It is a subtle self at play. So you don't entertain any desire, goal, or purpose. You are devoid of any need. You don't exist. What need you have? Or yearning by virtue that your need or yearning is for Allah only. It's for the subtle self. Everything is from the subtle self and for the subtle self. Divine will then manifest on you. So you will be the divine instrument of the plating of the illusion of the subtle self. You don't exist. They opine that it's a sin to have the yearning coexist with divine will. You see, this is the eyes of the Sufi. They understood they are just an illusion. The one that really exists is the subtle self. So to see that you exist with the subtle self, that is shirk to us. And people who are not at this level say, how can we be shirk like that? Yes, for Sufi you can see two existence, only one. And that is a subtle self. If you see two existence, then it's shirk. You know? Shirk. Those truly fear Allah among His servants are they who have knowledge. We have knowledge. Alhamdulillah. For Allah is exalted in mind of forgiving. And here a faqih, a person with knowledge, is more burdensome to Satan than a 1,000 abid ardent worshipper. They are fearful of us. Okay? And we have to be very careful. Don't get carried away with fame because we are successful in our lecture. Don't be careful. Satan will try to make us feel honored, prime, great. Don't play their game. We just don't exist. We just an illusion. That's why you must live above that level. Okay? So the Prophet was also told off by Allah. If people don't want to worship, you don't have to worry. That is my business. Your job only to pass the message. Because it is an amusement and play. There must be believers, unbelievers. There must be good, there must be evil. It's amusement and play. That's how Allah say, I inspired good, I inspired evil. Okay? You see that. And the principle of faith, number 6, the good and the bad from Allah is there. He wants the game that way, amusement and play. He doesn't want you to tell him what he does. And this I want to tell you all. This is a problem with people now, They are telling Allah, hey, Allah, when you going to teach the Israeli lesson, why you are keeping quiet, not doing anything when they are killing mercilessly the Palestine? Hey, look, it's none of your business. Okay? Allah knows what He's doing. And He's all patient. It's not like us. We have no patience like Him. He's Maha, all patient. Okay? So He can withstand what the Israelis are doing. We can't. We are human beings. But we don't tell Him, hey, why you are not doing anything? You. But when Allah did something, and that will be the worst for the Israeli. Like the Holocaust, during the Holocaust, millions of Jews were killed. But Allah is all patient, not like us. We may wait 10 years, but Allah may wait many, many years because He's all patient. And also for us, we understood no death, no life, no killing, it's all amusement and play of the subtle self. Don't let him be. Don't tell him why, wherefore, why. This is according to Jesus, the door of hell. You don't tell your God what to do. Please, please don't tell God what to do. Oh Allah, kill the Palestine. Oh, kill the Israeli. Oh Allah, you don't tell him what to do, right? But for us, when we see this, we should smile. You see, the subtle self having a ball of a time, playing a game on this amusement and play. Okay? So the Prophet was told, don't you mind my business. I know what I'm doing. Okay? Do your job. That's it. So for us, we see all this, relax. Similarly, when Noah say, oh, why you drown my son? My son, why? And Allah says, don't you be ignorant. Don't. Okay? What happened now? This suddenly become like that. Yeah, Yasin, can you help this one? Why it become like this now?
Sebentar Ustaz.
So many prices.
Ya, coba saya remote sebentar.
Yeah.
Tolong mouse-nya dilepas dulu Ustaz.
Oh, lepaskan dulu.
Ya, mouse enggak mouse-nya jangan dipegang Ustaz. Soalnya saya nggak bisa.
Tak pegang. Okay. Makasih. So, if the prophet, our holy prophet, was told off by Allah that he shouldn't interfere with Allah's works, whether there are many unbelievers or not, it's Allah's business. Similarly, we should not interfere with Allah's works with regard to Israel and Palestine. Leave it to Him. Okay? Don't be ignorant. Leave it to Him. He's not blind. He's seeing. He's powerful, yes, but He's all patient. Okay? We may be patient for 10 years, but He may be greater. So let Him be. But once His punishment comes, like the Holocaust, millions of Jews died. So just leave it to Him. He knows better. Okay, that's why He told Iblis, Lucifer, I know what you know not. Okay? Because Lucifer objected that we, being appointed, His Khalifa. Okay? So for us, you all out there, remember, don't interfere with Allah's work. His plan is moving, day to day. He knows what he's doing. There will be an ultimatum later. When, I don't know, but that's it. So Noah will say, why my son drowned? And Allah said, don't be ignorant. I gave thee counsel, lest thou act like the ignorant. So ask not of me that of which thou hast no knowledge. I give thee counsel, lest thou act like ignorant. When everything is annihilated and not a single thing is left with you, all gone, then you are ready to be filled up with divine will. Abdal. Okay? This is good for Abdal and those who have no spiritual knowledge, people who knows Allah. So you must be at above that level. Okay? Above that first and second level. And you accept that the only existence is a subtle self, and the subtle self is amusement and play, nothing else. Have that printed in your mind and lodged in your mind. Inshallah, you will overcome the hurdle of being Allah's man. So Moses was sent to Hidir, and he did have this knowledge. In the Quran, Allah said, and we give knowledge to Hidir. Okay? So Moses said, may I follow thee on the footing that thou teach me? And what did they say? You will not have the patience to learn from God, because you have not reached that level, and you can have patience. So they both proceeded until when they were in the boat, he damaged the boat. Moses said, hey, what are you doing, man? Why you damage people's boat? Truly a strange thing has thou done. Something very strange you are doing. He could not accept it, looking from the angle of Sharia. Okay? Similarly, you see, then they proceeded until when they met a young man, he killed the boy. Moses said, you kill an innocent person. Truly, this is a foul, unheard of thing hast thou done. This Allah gives this example to show people who have knowledge and people who don't. And therefore, they say, how can you have patience about things about which you don't understand? It's not complete. I give you an example. People may know Padeka or Jaffa or Tuti very well. These are the lecturers in Malaysia, lecturers in Indonesia, Pak Marco, Dr. Tafkor, and also Pak Aziz. People also, they approach me, they ask me, why are you keeping quiet now? You are known to be Ustadz. Why are you keeping quiet on the issue of Israel and Palestine? I think two or three of them asked me, why don't you say something? What is there to say? I say, you think Allah don't know? Huh? You think Allah don't know? You think Allah didn't see? You think Allah didn't allow? He has His plan. We understand His plan. He said that, do you think I did something without purpose? So you have to trust Him. Nothing happened that is not recorded in the Lord Mahfuz, even smaller than an atom. He knows what He's doing. Keep your comment to yourself. Don't speak it out against Allah. You're disrespecting His greatness. He knows what He's doing. I told them He knows what He's doing. You just have to be patient because He has great patience as compared to us. But when His punishment comes, He already shown you the Holocaust, or millions of Jews died. So leave it to Him. Don't you utter a word because He's all knowing, He's all hearing what you are saying. Okay? So that is the parting between me and you. You cannot understand, but we know. We just relax one corner, sit at the back door, look at the front door, but not participating. So with that, you will be tranquil. Your heart will be tranquil, and they may add faith to their faith. That's why you jump this hurdle, steadfast. Inshallah, you'll be Allah's man. You have add faith to faith. And your soul will be at peace and will be welcomed by the Lord. Enter into His groups and into the garden. Now have come to you from your Lord proof to open your eyes. If any will see, will be for the good of his soul. If any will be blind, it will be through his own harm. I'm not here to watch over what you're doing. Okay? So, look, it is difficult for ordinary person to accept what we are learning now. Very difficult. They may not accept it at all. So, but as I say, we are at different level. So you have to maintain that no matter what, and have trust in Allah 100% that He doesn't harm anyone. That what people try to paint, that He will put people in hell, whatnot. No, He doesn't harm anyone. And He said, He doesn't harm any person, even lesser than an atom. He doesn't do it. And we stand that by. So difficult for them to understand because there are three, the impact of the Marifatullah. He must get the Marifatullah. And then he must overcome that hurdle that, the predestination. You have to accept it no matter what and steadfastly. Now the third stage, you must live above that level. So he will say, "Oh my Lord, why hast thou raised me up blind when I had sight before?" This verse, is more for those who have no knowledge. Thus did thou, when our sign came unto do disregard them, so will thou this day be disregarded. It's more to the people who have no knowledge. Okay. So he's the manifest and the hidden. Soon we will show them our sign, the horizon, and their own soul, until it become manifest to them that is the truth. And if we look at this, inshallah, our da'wah will come to this point, sooner or later. For Allah had said it, that means yet, and we said it, we have acknowledged it, that soon will we show them our sign in the horizon. When Allah say we, that is before the prophets, now it's us. We will show to the world the first thing in religion is to know God. We. And in their own soul, and we also show to them that even in your own soul, you must keep on zikrullah, remembering Him, until it become manifest to them that this is the truth. And many of you out there found this knowledge on the YouTube, and you say, "Hey, this is the one I was looking for," and that's the truth. Slowly, it will manifest everywhere. Now we have very good lecturers. We have given them the recognition. 4 of them in Indonesia, Padeka, Mansur, Aziz, Tafiqul Abdul. These 4 people who looking for this knowledge in Indonesia, we have certified this for. Go for them in Malaysia. In Malaysia, we have certified 3. I, alhamdulillah, certified with the CEO of Mas Agus. 2 of us certified 3 and 4 in Indonesia, just mentioned. Malaysia 3, Jafar, Azmi, and Tuti. This will be the future certified by us to be our main lecturer of this knowledge, who will carry the burden of the da'wah for that region. Because soon we show them Allah's sign in the horizon and in their soul, until it becomes manifest to them that this is the truth. But truly, the command is with Allah in all things. Yeah, definitely. The subtle self is in control. We are just illusion. Allah, there is no God but He, the living, the self-subsistent, eternal, no slumber can seize Him, no sleep. These are all things in the heaven and on earth. This is the Quran version. Just now was the Gospel version. Every day He exercised universal power. Now, if you understood that the prime mover is the subtle self, then this verse explains it. Every day He exercised universal power, because it's the subtle self, the prime mover, the powerhouse, is the subtle self. To Allah belong the east and the west. Wherever you turn, there's the presence of Allah. Wherever you turn. Because the subtle self is infinite, absolute. You can't escape from. As absolute existence, eternal existence, infinity. You cannot escape. There is no hole. So everywhere you turn, there is a subtle self. Okay? You are just an illusion. And to this end also, you can see the subtle self having amusement and play with himself. No change will thou ever find in God's way. Yes, no deviation will thou ever find in God's way. Yes. Everything God has stipulated in the law mahfuz, there will be strict compliance because it's carried out by the subtle self, the only existent, the only actor, the only director and all, okay? And therefore, his scheme, the law mahfuz, is strong. There's none to alter the decision of Allah. Who to alter? The existent, the only existent is a subtle self. We are just a mere illusion. Nothing have we omitted from the book, everything listed out. Not an atom weight in the earth or the sky escape your Lord, everything written down, strictly complied by the subtle self. And Allah's command must be fulfilled. The subtle self will play its part 100%. Even you have remained in your home, those who for whom death was decreed will certainly have gone forth to the place of their death. True enough. The subtle self will be there. Okay. You live in Germany, the subtle self will bring you to Thailand, tsunami come, you die. Okay. See, are those equal those who know and those who do not know? Can the blind be held equal to the seeing? Will ye then not consider? Okay. Or you who have attained to faith, you will believe in this. Surrender yourself wholly unto God and follow not Satan's footsteps, for verily he is your open foe. You must accept this wholeheartedly, that you don't exist. The one that plays is the subtle self. That is for a fact. That is for real. Okay? So surrender. And Rasulullah was asked to be the first to surrender. And he said, I've surrendered myself to God, and so have those who followed me. And the religion before Allah is Islam, means submission to His will. Okay. Islam is submission to will of Allah. In the religion sense, the word Islam means submission to the will of God and obedient to His law, obedient to me to accept His predestination. Okay. This day have perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you Islam as your religion. So this is the game play of the subtle one. And you can see that this had been already spoken. So in the future, the world will be Islamic world. And when you read about demography, it has been predicted 50 years to 100 years from now, the world will be Islamic world. It's depicted. Okay. And so there are many attempts trying to make Islam despised and so on. But there's no run away from it. That demography study shows 50 years onward, the world will be Muslim, Islamic world. Whoever submit his whole self to Allah, to surrender and do good deeds, as Rasulullah said, live accordingly, do good deeds. And you have hold a trusty handhold, and with Allah rests the end and decision of all of it. Trust in Him. Hakul yakin. Trust in Him. Whoever submit his whole self to Allah is doer of good, he will get his reward with his Lord. On such shall be no fear. There shall be no fear. Once you overcome the hurdle, there's no fear. If a person becomes poor, he say, never mind, I accept it. I live accordingly. This man can be Allah's man. Okay? He doesn't blame anybody except it. It is unto him that whatsoever in the heaven and on earth surrender itself, willingly or unwillingly, since unto him all must return. Such being the case, do not quarrel with Allah. If his action manifested in you, so you don't like things happening around the world, keep your mouth shut. Don't tell Allah what to do. You don't exist. If you do that, then you can see it's an amusement and play of the subtle self. For one who knows, for one who don't know, think is angry with Allah. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Like I read about the Jew who died. Many died during the Gestapo. He said, I don't believe in God anymore. Because what is he doing? Not helping so many Jews die. Okay. So if you don't have this knowledge, you will talk nonsense. Okay. It is incumbent upon you to be grateful, patient, and submit to Allah, and do not be grumpy and fault at him, because this may lead you astray from his path. Why, and wherefore is the gate of hell? Yet a foolish one among us had been saying an outrageous lie about God. Why God keeping quiet? Why God not helping? Why God caused this? Why God caused? Hey, don't do that. For us who have that knowledge, we keep quiet because there's only one actor, and that is the subtle self. They have not shown Allah the reverence he deserves. Surely Allah is all powerful and almighty. I tell you what, I want to stop here. I feel very tired. It's about 10:30. We'll continue next week. Part of this I stop at 52. I'll continue, and once we finish the other half, if we've got time, we go into part 6. Okay? But I stop here. I feel very full. Okay. So back to Bayu. Thank you very much, everybody. Hopefully tonight will prepare you for the lecture to come. Inshallah. Amen.